What's up, guys? Tim Halstead here for episode 17 of Building Up the 408 Cleveland. I'm here at the shop with Don Rohde this morning. We kind of got an early start on things. The block has all been washed, like I said before. Cam bearings are put in. I just put in the bearings and laid the crankshaft in. And I'll kind of give you a picture of that. You can see the crank in here now. I'm using the calico coated bearings. So here's a thrust bearing here. You can see that coating on there. So it helps reduce the friction, probably keeps it cool. It's an investment, but I think it's worth it. I put in a rear main seal. And if you're running a stroker crank in a Cleveland, I don't know about the Windsor block, but it always seems to, they always have a little bit of drip at the rear main seal. And I'll tell you, since I've used the Felpro orange seal, here's an old Motorsport one. I have a few of these that I bought way back in the day because you can't buy these anymore, I don't think. Maybe Tim Meyer has them, but I'm not sure. But these, they have the little drip leak that you usually get. Another thing I'll point out here, the main caps, I don't know if you can see them, but I chamfered all the holes to help prevent any cap walk. I wanted to give a shout out to Calvert Racing. I talked to Travis yesterday. They're sponsoring me with a leaf spring and some other parts, and I appreciate that. Travis, thank you for that. And everybody else has helped me along the way. So let me keep going, and we'll get ready to put the bearings in and the rest of the rear main seal. There's my main caps with the coated bearings in there. Got my studs all set up. Here's the crank now in the block. Getting ready to put her together in regards to the main caps on. Rear main seals in, you can see that. We balanced the crank, was only off a little bit. So getting ready to put the caps on. Number one. And you make sure that you put some lube on here, assembly lube. You don't want to start anything dry. This is the thrust bearing because we got to set up the thrust. Can't stress how important it is to put this stuff together clean. And I always put a little bit of sealer here on the sides where it meets the register to help prevent any leaks. And make sure the lip's on the inside, facing the crank. And now before I go torquing stuff down, I'm going to mock this windage tray up that I had set up along with my stud girdle. So I want to make sure that the studs don't have to be switched around because I had machined some of them to fit. So I'll mock that part up. And these are the spacers that go with that setup. Now Bruce Weiss has a cool stud girdle that he made. It's out of aluminum. And I just wondered about the expansion difference between aluminum and the steel in regards to the girdle. You know, I've always ran the steel one for 20-something years. It's worked out well. But that might be something new to try in the future. So we're going to get ready. We're going to torque up these mains except for the center one because we're going to set the thrust. So I'm just going to work these up in increments of 3 up to 110 is what I tighten mine at.
I wonder how this is all these days. We're gonna run out of money. And that is not true. And she said that. Well, for mother that went through, we don't even know what we're talking. $5,750,000 what they want.
Jesus.
Went homeless, bankrupt. What do you think, Jake?
So here we are. We got the crank in, all tightened in. The thrust was set. I think it was 6,000 to 8,000, somewhere in that range, probably about 7. Thing turns like a dream. That's what you want. There's no binding, so we're ready to keep going on this. Hopefully by the end of next week, it might even be done and ready to rock and roll. So
Should have a pan on it, for sure.
nice. You heard the chief. So let me see if I can turn this where you can see a little bit better.
So now it's the pistons and rods are pin fixed, so it's time to, and
I don't want it to go for a ride, so I'm going to kind of
I checked all rod both sides to make sure.
there, that's a better look at it. So like he was saying, all the piston pins have been fitted to the new Molnar rods with the correct offset. Look at that, baby.
Yep. Some nice things, watch all the rods and pistons.
Next thing is wash all the rods and pistons, just like he said, so that's looking good. And then my tray will go on. That'll fit mint too.
That's at least 24.
You think it's 20 horse? That'd be nice, boy. That'd be 72. 772 without the headwork.
Yeah.
Who knows? Bottom end's all done. Kind of get in here and you can see the, it's all torqued. I torqued mine to 110 foot-pounds. Crank spins like a dream. I've washed the rods. They've been sized. These are the Molnar rods. So the pins have been fitted. And I think I'm cutting myself off on the camera. I'll kind of move back. Here's the piston that's all done. Wash these again for like the second time after they've been coated. Kind of bring it in. And then here's a better look at the Molnar rods with the forward offset. And I'll try to put a video of the vibration treatment that they got. But really at this point I'm just waiting to, we'll get the pins back on the pistons, file fit the rings, get the camshaft in. Actually we're moving right along, so my goal is the end of this month and we're getting close to it, so if I'm off by a week, that's all right. Billy Ray, you said you're coming up here to Ohio, so hopefully we might even put it back in. Be a good finish for this video series. So I'm glad you took time to stop by, check out where we're at. We're moving right along. I appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe and share, and can't wait to get this thing ready to roll. Thank you.